Race to the top, from the White House to the Capitol and City Hall. Candidates at nearly every level of government are in the middle of a sprint for supporters before the big primaries. Thanks for joining us for this edition of 11 TV Hill. I'm Jason Newton, and election season is in full swing, with every candidate insisting it's time to take leadership in a new direction. Today, we'll work to cover every level, from national to state and local. And we'll begin with Baltimore City. It came as a shock to many when current Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake announced that she would not seek re-election. And not long afterwards, the field and that race to City Hall became quite crowded. The latest Gonzalez poll shows familiar names in the Democratic primary race drawing the most voter support right now. According to this poll, former Mayor Sheila Dixon is leading with 27%. She resigned from office back in 2010 as part of a plea deal in a corruption scandal. 18% of voters say that they would back State Senator Catherine Pugh, and 14% say they'll vote for Councilman Carl Stokes. Now, Nick Mosby, he's garnering about 7% right now, while Elizabeth Embry and David Warnock are each collecting 5%. But a fifth of voters remain undecided right now. The deadline to file as a city mayoral candidate is on Wednesday. Now, there are two Republicans currently running for Baltimore mayor and a number of Green Party and independent candidates. The last non-Democratic mayor of Baltimore, that was Theodore McKeldin. He served in the 1960s. Now, we recently spoke with former Mayor Kurt L. Schmoke here on 11 TV Hill, and he says the top seat in Baltimore requires a visionary.
I think this election is going to be about ideas. It's going to be about who can give the electorate a vision about a better Baltimore and how we can get over some of the problems that we've had in the past, and whoever is able to articulate that and organize people around that idea, I think is going to be the winner. The mayor's not Messiah. The mayor doesn't have a magic wand, but the mayor can articulate an agenda, a vision that if people work together with him or her, agree to work in partnership, we can make this a great city.
And who better to comment on what's ahead for the next mayor of Baltimore than the current mayor of Baltimore, Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake. Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Let's talk snow first before we get to politics. People will be eyeing Monday when this airs on Sunday. Business as usual on Monday?
I anticipate that. We've worked very hard. We've put more resources, more teams on the street, more equipment, more crews than we've ever seen before.
Sure.
In 2010, we had Snowmageddon. It took us 17 days to reach all of the streets. We're going to do that, I think, in less than half of the time, and I'm very pleased the way that the crews have come together, but also the way the city has come together to help each other out.
Let's talk politics now. Before the snow, the big story was a city that seemed fractured. A lot of people going in different directions. What will the next mayor have to do to continue the healing that I think has started to begin in Baltimore?
There's a lot of work that needs to be done to continue to bring trust back into government. You have to remember, when I took office, it was after a scandal had really broken people's spirits around government. Not only was the previous mayor resigned in disgrace, she left us with a budget deficit of over $140 million. The pension system was spiraling out of control. People were concerned about recreation centers, schools, property taxes, structural deficit. I've tackled all of those things and done a lot of work to lay the groundwork for growth in our city. And the next mayor is going to have to continue to galvanize people and take advantage of the momentum that I've set in the city. There are very few mayors around the country that can talk about cutting the structural budget deficit in half, cutting unemployment by a third, creating over 20,000 jobs, reducing property tax rates to the lowest they've been in decades, all at the same time.
If for some reason someone said, hey, listen, I want you to be my chief of staff, the next mayor, what would you, after you got finished laughing at them, what would you say they had to do first, though, in office? What would your instructions be, knowing what you know now?
I would tell them to find another chief of staff first. You know, I have loved every minute of my opportunity to serve. I grew up in a family that believes in public service. But, you know, I've been in elected office for more than 20 years, and I'm looking forward to the next chapter. I think whoever the citizens, the voters elect, you know, they'll have to reconcile the future with the voters.
Sure.
And that's going to take a lot of, you know, a lot of tough decisions. I have prided myself on doing what's right, and not doing what is popular or politically advantageous. It takes tough leadership to make these hard decisions that are not always popular, but put us on the path that we are today, where we're a growing city.
Crime was a tough one. You brought in Commissioner Davis. Talk to me about the progress, at least that you'd like to see through 2016 compared to last year, where our numbers were splashed across headlines.
2015 was a horrible year for us, but it came on the heels of the second lowest homicide rate that the city had since the 70s. The two lowest homicide rates that we've had in the city since the 70s are under my administration. So we understand when you have a year like last year, you understand how fragile that progress is. That's why we doubled down. Commissioner Davis is really focused on our closure rate, working with the community. Our closure rate is very strong right now because we're getting a lot of community support, because we're focused on rebuilding those relationships of trust with our community, and I anticipate that continuing throughout the year.
A lot of new young voices have popped up, similar to when you came in as a councilwoman. What do you think, where will their position be at the table from now, whoever with the new mayor is? What should that conversation be like in the future now?
I think when I became a city council person at 25, I spent a lot of time listening and learning. I think it is important to understand the process of government, to understand how to get things done. It always amazed me at people who want to run their mouth first and don't know a thing about how to get anything done. The reason why I've been able to do so much, the first new recreation center is built in the city in 10 years. We have $1 billion for school construction. As I said, cut the structural deficit. The city under my administration has the highest bond rating it's had in over 40 years. That didn't happen by accident. It happened because I was a student of government. I was a student of fiscal stewardship, good fiscal stewardship, and I took that experience and put it into action for the city. And I would advise them to take some time and learn before they just, I think so many people are looking for a soundbite, looking for a photo op, looking for a chance to be in the news. And for me, service is about giving your best, and that means learning the process and learning how to serve.
Only have seconds left. Do you endorse anybody in this race?
No.
Do you like somebody?
I like everybody, but I'm not endorsing anybody.
Mayor, thank you.
Good to see you.
I appreciate you coming by. Good to see you
Thanks.
as well. Also, as we mentioned, several current city council members are running for that open mayor spot, and that combined with some members retiring means a lot of seats are up for grabs right now. Megan Pringle takes a look at the changing face of the Baltimore City Council.
Hello, how you doing? I'm here to file for City Council District 7.
Okay. There's been a lot of talk about eradicating politics as usual this election cycle. 9 community activists in Baltimore have registered their positions on the 2016 ballot. They're calling themselves the new City Council.
We're actually people that's in the community, has been doing works in the community for years, and basically that's what a city council should be.
The group, like many other city council candidates, feels the current council has lost touch with the communities it represents.
Everyone you see behind me is actively in their community, whether they're a bus driver, a former educator like myself, or just a concerned citizen. For too long, Baltimore City politics have been hijacked by certain families and certain names, and we're here to take back our city.
So far, 11 News has confirmed at least 5 seats will be up for grabs due to the mayoral election and retirements. But there are several other seats facing stiff competition. In fact, there are multiple candidate filings for more than a dozen seats on Baltimore City Council.
You're going to have major turnover in the Baltimore City Council this year.
Political analyst Barry Raskovar says thanks to the 2011 decision to expand into 14 districts, average citizens can have a chance of winning a seat, considering in the last election, some members won with less than 1,800 votes.
So basically, if you can get 2,000, 2,500 votes in your district, you win. Especially younger people are looking at these smaller districts saying, yeah, I could win this thing. It wouldn't be that hard, and we need new ideas.
And that may be the key. Youth and ideas many voters are looking for.
Just to let people know that there's a new wave of young people coming, and we're coming with the intentions to change City Hall.
Megan Pringle, WBAL TV 11 News.
And just a reminder, you have until April 5th to register for early voting, which begins on April 14th, runs a week. Primary election day is April the 26th, with polling places open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m.